I do a lot of drum teaching and I teach a lot over Zoom. And what I was finding was having a microphone was okay, but I just ended up shouting all the time. I don't know why I did. It was just really weird. I couldn't help just raising my voice, so it was getting annoying. So what I wanted was a microphone that wherever I was sitting, whether I was sitting in the chair where the office side of it is, or when I go to the drum kit, or wherever I'm walking around, I didn't want to take the mic or worry about if the mic was being picked up. The choices I had were the Rode or the DJI mic, and although the Rode's easier to say, I did go to the DJI mic. So I've got that because of the reviews was so great, and it also had a key feature which was a backup that you can record to the transmitters, which I thought would be awesome, just in case, because I do a lot of YouTube videos. As being a musician, you've got to do loads of different things to earn a living, so teaching, playing and recording YouTube videos is something I do. It helps with promotion. So anyway, I basically used that, and what happened was I was put it on, like they said, put it on the shoe mount, put it onto the camera. I tried putting it on the Canon M6 Mark II, but the screen flips up and it doesn't work, so that was a bit annoying. I've just found out you could actually dangle it, but it doesn't look good, and I worry about breaking it. So I used the Sony, and that's a AX53, great camera, and again I used that, put it on the shoe mount, but every time I started speaking, as I'll show you later on, the voice was really loud and distorted, and it gradually came down to a normal level, and then when there was a bigger gap, it then spiked. So my editing of the videos took forever, and I just didn't know what the problem was. Well, I found a solution. Because I don't go outside filming, I just use a Windows voice recorder that you get with your Windows operating system. It's so basic because I've got a big music program, which I'll show again later, which I could use, but I just want something if I want to quickly punch in and edit or something like that. These are absolutely ideal, and I'll show you how I work it. So it wasn't the DJI mic at all that was wrong, it was basically the camera. Now what we're going to do is I'll give you an example of what happens, and you'll hear the distorted audio. The Canon's pretty good. The first maybe 2 words are slightly raised and then it levels off, but the Sony, I don't know why, I don't see any settings that I can change apart from the volume. When you don't have the DJI mic in, it works absolutely fine. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm doing something wrong. If I am, then put something in the comments, because it is pretty handy having that shoe mount. But what I do is I leave it on the desk, which is about 15 feet away. I've got this here and it works absolutely fine. As I say, when I'm sort of going up and down in the studio, it works absolutely fine because it's wireless and I don't get any issues. So I'm really happy with it now, but I wasn't. The only thing I do is sometimes if the volume's a bit low, I can put it into this Cubase software and that raises it up, and literally I don't really do much to it at all. It takes seconds just to run it through a Ozone 9 and that sorts it all out. Again, I want something really quick. Again, I could turn the transmitter and the receiver up, but I just do it like this. It's just easier, and the quality it sorts out some of the issues that I might have with hissing or de-essing or S's or whatever. So I do it that way. Anyway, let's have a little look at some of the examples, and again you'll hear it distort, and what I've done, I've put it into the Cubase and I've turned it down so it's all roughly the same level. I've treated it like I would treat the actual DJI examples in the software. Anyway, let's get into that. So I'm going to do a sound check. So this is me talking, and at the beginning what happens is it normally gets loud and then goes quieter. This is the Sony AX53. If anyone knows how to fix this, please write in the comments, that'll be great. Okay, so I've moved on to the Canon. This is the M6 Mark II. Just checking to see if the volume changes on this. So this is the Sony AX53 with the internal mic. So I don't think this goes up when I start talking. So this is the quality you'd get without the DJI mic. This is the iPhone quality. It's about 1 meter or just over 3 feet away, and it's an iPhone 12 Max, 12 Pro Max. Yeah, so this is the quality of that. What I've done, as I said, I've gone with the Windows voice recorder. I use it that way and I think it just works absolutely fine. The easiest way I find to do recording is just to go to search, put in sounds. You can then look in here and you can see where my output's going. I've got a recording mixing desk that I send my output to, but that's not what you want to look at. You want to look at your input device. So I've gone line in, which is a Realtek audio, and again I've got lots of different inputs. I could choose my microphone, but again that's going to be the computer microphone, and obviously the mixing desk has loads of inputs, but what you're after if you do it this way is the line in. Okay, this is the receiver, and as you can see on the out of the receiver I've got a mini jack or 3.5mm jack that comes out of the receiver and it goes into my line in on the computer. Now my computer, it can be either line in, mic in or line out, so you just select which one, and that's how that works. So once you've clicked here you can load up the voice recorder. To record, all you got to do is push that icon and it records. As you can see here it's recording and it gives you how many seconds, and you can minimize this, just don't close it. And then once it's recorded you can push stop. Okay, and what you can do, you can see that this is all the recordings you've done, and if you can want to, you can go to open file location, and these are all your recordings, and obviously you can rename them whatever you want. The other thing which I tend to do is I can copy these and then put them into a program. I use Cubase as a musician, and I can put them into that, and then I can change the recording how I want. But it's just a really easy way, because if you plug in the transmitter, you have to plug in the transmitter, you then have to wire it up to the computer or put the USB in the computer, and then you find your file. I find this just quicker and easier to do. The thing I like about it is the ease of use. It's so easy. As soon as you open this, which is also a charger, you just pop it out and they've already synced together, you see. If I don't want to go in at the same time, I just shut the lid and you'll see that it just then turns to one. It's just so simple. Got these two. What do? Because I leave mine plugged in on the desk, I just hold that down, that goes on, and you'll see in a second, there you go, bang, it's connected. So it really is simple. I also like the fact that you can clip this on to your shirt, so I can just stick it on there. Just watch the microphone though, because if you've got other clothing it does go across the mic and you can't use the audio on whichever way you want. You just can't use it, so be really careful on that. Also, don't just put the mic on the side, because as soon as you touch the table it will make a noise. I'm going to plug this in now. Okay, this should now be the audio from the Windows voice recorder with this connected to the receiver and all the audio working nicely. So that's basically it. So just watch out when you're plugging in the DJI microphone, what device you're using, to double check that it's not the mic, it's the actual camera. I'm Alex Biggs, this is Drum Bass Studios. See you in the next one.